Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the newest episode of X-Men 97, episode 5 of season 2. Based off the post-credit scene last week, we're going to be getting a Wolverine focused episode, and they tease like Weapon X stuff. So I'm assuming this is going to be a Wolverine focused episode where we end up getting his adamantium back, unless he ends up turning into one of the horsemen, then it might be a like cliffhanger type of situation. I'm just really excited to see what's in store for us because they are always cooking. And last week's episode was one of my favorite episodes we've got from this show yet. So let's not waste any time. Get right into this episode. If you are new to my channel, this is more of a watch along than a reaction. So if you'd like the audio and or full video, you can sync up with your own copy of the episode. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and read the subtitles below me to follow along. I'll give us a countdown and we can get right into this episode. 3, 2, 1, start. Alright, we should be good to go. Wait. Logan losing his adamantium. That moment was still so crazy to end an episode on. And I love how when they actually take the adamantium out, it is like straight from the comics. Oh, catching up on the morph stuff as well. Yeah, and then the tease of last episode. But that dialogue line about the adamantium keeping those bones together, that is important. I get into this absolute banger of an opening, and I'll try and watch out for new scenes. I'm assuming there'll be a couple new scenes, but it's largely gonna just be the Oh, actually, this episode isn't even focusing on certain members of the team that would be in this episode. So are Nightcrawler. Actually, I don't even know. I think this. Oh, that's new. That Forge scene is definitely, I don't think, the first time we've seen that. Oh, fun. I love how this the openings use scenes both from the modern day series and the 90s series. It's very fun. This music. Funny. And stupid guns. Oh, she's. I'm actually interested about Lady Deathstrike as well because, unless I'm wrong, she had some stuff in Genosha. Like she had a store or like a clothing brand or something. Unless I'm misunderstanding. Oh, quite the look morph. Maverick Kane. I recognize Maverick. I think is the one I knew. One of them were a part of his team in Weapon X. God, I fucking love Morph. Everyone laughing. That's fucking funny. That's also hilarious. Sabretooth being defensive of his outfit is awesome. But yeah, Morph looks good. I'm also wondering, I feel like okay, well, that was answered what I was about to say. I was gonna say some of the people on this team I think are a little bit, expendable. I think Kane might be next, unless he makes it out. This is fun. It's almost like a horror movie. I love how ridiculously 90s they get with outfits and designs in this show. They don't stray away from. Oh, what the fuck? Whoa. Who was Morph there? That looked familiar. I can't place that name though. I'm also only thinking X-Men, and sometimes Morph just straight up turns into anyone. Good shit. Oh, yeah, Sabretooth. Totally. Bro lives as a punching bag for Wolverine 90% of the time. Hey, Elf, this is crazy. Oh, it's experiments. Infected creatures. Off we go. Very ominous feelings going into this. Yeah, it's very much set up like a horror film to me. With the way we started with the helicopter crash, losing some. That is a fun transition. This show also, they did it again. Um, One of the first things I noticed when I watched season one was all of the like old school like panning cuts and whatnot. Oh, the one who died was Kane. Got that backwards. One of these showed up. Forget if it was X Men Evolution or if it was the X Men anime series. You got one of Wolverine's Weapon X buddies, and I think it was Kane or Maverick was one of them. Ah, that's scrap. Like there was bloody claw marks, but there was only a human in there. So that. Oh no, there's just that thing we took care of. Took them all out, or this. Also just chilling in here. Also, his voice actor, the Queen. Um, his voice reminds me of Trask's voice actor. Also, our Queen. Is it Broodmother? Trying to think. I think X-Men Space. I think it's Broodmother, like alien type situation. Yeah, no shit. Morph just running through. Oh, into the thing to do a heavy slam is fun. That cannonball? Sure what that different but similar. That's fun. This is actually really fun because I feel like we rarely get to this point in the Weapon X type storylines where all of them are working together again after like post Weapon X. All good questions. I also I feel like just based off the plot of how an episode has to go, one of them is definitely infected. A fucking spikes growing out of his head. Homo. Oh, that is a fun fun parallel until that point. That's fun. I don't think I've ever seen Sabretooth use technology at ever. And weapon. It also doesn't appear that they're gonna go in the direction of adding X-23 into it. Brood. It is the Brood Mother. Okay. God, of course Weapon X starts fucking messing with aliens, trying to. Oh. I actually don't know a lot about the Broodmother stories in comics. If I'm gonna be 100% honest, I just know of it. God, trying to make a Broodmother X. So is it just Wolverine and Maverick together? Thank you. God, the effect on the eyes right after. They do want Wolverine. Wolverine definitely is the peak among all of them. I guess you could argue more. He can transform into people stronger and more advanced, but not permanently. And I think the Brood infecting him would make him detransform. Oh, we did see he woke up in the last season. Fair, fair. I'm actually glad that Omega is coming back in the picture. Like he's gonna be in the Wolverine game. Are we gonna get to see a fully mutated Wolverine Brood? Oh, he's definitely mutated. Dude, that design is crazy. The like insect like skin and the teeth and everything is that didn't work out well for you, my boy. Shit. Sabretooth coming in clutch with a fucking flamethrower. Careful. Fucking flaming. Oh shit. Actually, Omega Red. He might be able to help us with an infected Broodmother Wolverine. As bad as I feel. Oh, that's a shot from the trailer. Having Deadpool is also really fun, because he's fits so well on this team, of characters. Morph is not gonna want to leave. Oh, I mean that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that healing factor causes quite the problem. Oh, so we just and it will take out the broodmother inside of that is a hard task. Planned. Oh, he's fucking turned into Cyclops. Well, he knows him well. Is that why they mentioned Gene in the intro? That fucking walk. I'm sure Cyclops' voice actor had a lot of fun with that. That is classic Sabretooth. He's honestly been way doing way better than I expected, and he hasn't messed up yet. So fucking explosion on top of it. That will detransform him as well. Oh, that is the first time I've ever seen Morph take a hit and not detransform him immediately. Oh, well, hopefully there's enough in him. Oh, that's actually smart. Good work. So that's why they teased the Gene scene earlier in the opening. We're actually so lucky he doesn't have adamantium right now, because he would be out of that glass in 2 seconds. Not even. Oh God. Wolverine. Never mind. God. I was gonna say Wolverine's gonna have to deal with the fucking Broods, but I think he's gonna have to deal with Omega Red. Oh, Spider Man. Nice. Ah, God. I wanted to see if Morph could web swing or not. I don't think he can summon objects alongside his transformation, so it's possible. You're about to get taken out, bub. Oh, this is gonna be from the trailer. That is a classic comic book cover. Nice. Omega Red's definitely fine, but that is a funny way to temporarily stop him. Awesome. Oh, that was a great episode. The mix between a focus on Wolverine, who we haven't really focused too much on in X-Men 97, but also bringing even more focus to Morph. God, I will never not get over how cool the reflection in the closet. Well, at the very least, you have Adamantium Wolverine back, so we got something going on our side now. Absolutely incredible. But as I was saying, I got distracted because I wanted to fully absorb that moment between Morph and Wolverine. I've always loved their dynamic. Morph, I think, has transitioned to comic books not too long after the animated series, but he didn't like he was in the animated series and then he was like taken out of it essentially for a large part of it. So seeing the refocus on him in X-Men 97 has been really great. He works fantastic as like a side character. Great for like little cameos and like cool combat sequences and things like that. Um but actually getting to see more of his character itself and like him almost taking a leading role in the episode even more than Wolverine almost was really fun. um, Also just that whole, like, Weapon X team was really cool. Uh, I need to look back through and see. I've probably met both of them before in comics, but just not super memorable, but I've definitely met either Kane or, the other one. I can't think of his name now. Maverick. I've met one of them in another show before, but it was really cool seeing more of them. Also seeing Morph's like interaction with all of the Weapon X squad. Um, Also that like dialogue with Lady Deathstrike about the Tomo was really cool. That's a fun like parallel with Logan and Morph because Morph is definitely most close with Wolverine in this show. You could like they're essentially like best friends. Honestly, in some ways, I think it's a little bit of the like Kurt and Wolverine friendship is almost what we get with Morph and Wolverine in 97. Um, but are really, really enjoyable. And honestly, for an episode, this honestly like is more of like a standalone side story. Like, realistically, the only lasting impact we had was that Wolverine got his claws back. Um, I really enjoyed it, though. I've loved how, like, we've went not only, like, super comic booky, where we're, like, adapting even, like, the Brood Mother into this show. Um, I love how this show can showcase different teams and whatnot. We've seen, like, X-Force, X-Factor, the X-Men, and now this is just, like, Weapon X, essentially. We're getting the band back together, as we said. Little bit sad that there was no Black Widow and, Captain America in this episode. I was kind of looking forward to that team up, but I do enjoy, these characters, and the whole, like, concept of this episode was really fun. It was like a horror movie, which after they revealed it was the Broodmother makes total sense because it's very much in the vein of, like, Alien, and, like, a xenomorph type situation. I you could probably see me thinking when we saw this animal, I was like, "That" I'm assuming it was like an alien of some sort, but and then once we immediately saw the one, I think I put it together that it was the Broodmother, because it's something I'm more aware of than I've actually read stories or consumed media with them in it, but it is someone like a villain essentially I'm aware of, so it's really cool to see them actually adapted in a series. I don't think any of the X-Men animated series, the movies definitely did not touch the Broodmother. But this is the type of stuff I want from X-Men because one of the things that makes X-Men is both really down to earth and about like the almost I guess like racism or like anti mutant stuff, but also the actual comics and books themselves lead so well into the cosmic side of Marvel, the fucking um while also doing the more grounded side. So I love that like we're getting a lot more of like the cosmic crazy elements versus like a lot of what we've already seen in the movies. An example is very much like Sentinels, like the Brotherhood, like Magneto and all of them. I love that we're getting to a place where we can have the X-Men in these crazy situations where it's essentially like alien horror movie um with Morphin Wolverine and the Weapon X team. And with actually it actually led to being able to have some stakes because having Maverick and uh Kane especially as potential like red shirts, like they're just able to be like fully killed off. And then not knowing if they're gonna kill off like Sabretooth or Lady Deathstrike. Um we are all at the point where we all assume that, like Morph and Wolverine are gonna be okay no matter what. Um But that makes just for a more intense situation because you really don't know what's gonna happen, and the conflict of, like, who's infected and whatnot, and actually turning out to be Wolverine was really fun. Because it makes total sense why the Broodmother would want Wolverine out of all of them as well, because he's definitely got, like, the best healing factor and, honestly, the most aggressive out of all of them. You could probably argue, Sabretooth. But also, funny mention of Sabretooth's kid. Fucking diabolical response from Sabretooth. So we got Worm, Kinemura, Agent Zero, Sabretooth, Morrison or Harrison Kane. I forget what his first name is. Ant, Weapon, X. Winter Soldier. I didn't even read that one. Astrodome, Cyborg, or fun little Easter eggs right there. And also, I really enjoyed this whole sequence. We must have had a Weapon X episode in. Actually, we might not have had it in the '90s series. The '90s series predates, like, the 2000 movies, and that's where Wolverine became, like, standard, and, like, every adaptation after the movies always has a heavy Wolverine focus and a Weapon X focus. Um, like, Evolution had it, I think even, like, the X-Men anime series had it, um, like, it's always a big part of the focus, so I love how even with us getting to see little bits of that, there was a very unique story. It wasn't just a retelling of the origin, but we got a little bit of it teased in here, because I don't remember if we got it at I assume we got a origin episode for Wolverine. I know we had Wolverine in the past working with Captain America in, like, World War II or whatever, um, but I forget if that we had a Weapon X episode in the original. I would assume so, to be honest. That effect on the Brood Mother is also so cool. Um, yeah, I think that's mostly all my thoughts. This is much more of a standalone episode, so I can't really theorize too much going forward. It's more so now of I think almost all of our X-Men and stuff can come together. I guess besides Magneto, who we lost, but like Charles got picked up by Bishop at the end of the last episode, so like we should all be showing back up together. Which is really exciting. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's other side stories in between that. Because I remember after Genosha in season one, it seemed like everyone was gonna come together, but there was like 2 episodes of some like solo episode type stuff with the characters, and then we came together. But yeah, I think soon here, like we should also probably be touching on like the modern horsemen. I think that's gonna be probably the final 3 episodes. Final 2 for sure, I imagine will be, like, Gambit getting resurrected as Death, seeing the other 3, horsemen that, he chooses alongside him, uh, because the horseman that we saw in the future was a comic book team, but it's more of, like, just I think in, like, 1 or 2 comic books, not really, like, a big team, and a big thing about the horsemen is usually, like, what characters get brought back to life or are used alongside it. People like Archangel, like in the original and whatnot. So I'm really excited to see what the Four Horsemen end up being and like how we battle it and how this season wraps up because I've loved this season. I feel like there's elements of maybe a more simple season in season one, but I kind of love how just comic booky we're going in. That was something I loved about season one, like the fact that we did like the Shi'ar and like, we definitely never strayed away from, like, the crazier, things, and I feel like this season is went even more in that aspect. The fact that we've, like, met Kang the Conqueror, we've done, like, crazy time travel shit, we have, like, the Brood Mother, and, like, they're really willing to throw anything out that's, like, actually from X-Men, so it's such a treat to watch, but, yeah, other than that, that's kind of all my opinions on this episode. If you guys think I missed anything or had any cool like thoughts about this episode, feel free to leave a comment down below. I love hearing your guys' opinions on these episodes. Um, I am a glazer of X-Men 97, and I will be until this show ends up disappointing me at some point, which is a possibility because I think they the people that like make the show were talking about doing like 10 seasons or something, which I'm more than okay with. But I'm of the opinion usually, especially Western TV, the longer it goes, usually it just gets worse. Um, so if we do get more of this show, I just hope it continues to be of this level. Because I think maybe this could possibly be considered the weakest episode of this season. And it's still fucking incredible. Like, really cool. Um, so yeah, we're eating good, I think, for the rest of the season, I'm imagining. But yeah, other than that, I will catch you guys all later, and peace.